The question was, how does the Vedantic standpoint compare with the scientific standpoint? And today we talked about origination and the destruction of the universe, the origin and cessation of the universe, and the different points of view. Do you remember when I was talking about no origination, no cessation, the different points of view available in the spectrum of Indian philosophy? The first one was what's called the Charvaka point of view, where they talk about the primacy of the material universe. The material universe is that what really exists, and consciousness is a product, is a byproduct, and an epiphenomenon of that material universe. When matter organizes itself into life, nervous systems, brains, somehow mind and consciousness evolve. So you are a byproduct. What you consider yourself to be the sentient being which you are riding on this vehicle, body, mind. This is the real, this is the reality which is generating you as a byproduct. When this body and mind dies, you're gone. You are created by this. And when it dies, you're gone. So this is the materialist point of view. And mainstream science today would still subscribe to that. So that's why those who are atheists, the new atheists, Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens and Daniel Dennett and Sam Harris, many of them, they would say death is the end of everything. Why is death the end of everything? Because what is everything after all? It's matter. It's a physical body which has come together in this way and produced this sentient being you call yourself. That's the scientific point of view. The religious point of view is just the opposite. Do you remember I mentioned consciousness, the name can be God or whatever you call it, produces this universe. That's the theistic point of view. Some all-powerful, omniscient consciousness which we call God produces this universe. So in all theistic religions, God is called the creator of the universe. In Hinduism, Srishti, Sthiti, Pralayakata, the projector of the universe, the sustainer of the universe, the destroyer, ultimate dissolver of the universe. And again and again in cycles, or in Christianity or Islam, God is the creator of the universe. That's another point of view. But the Vedanta point of view is not neither of these. There's a third point of view, which is the Sankhya, Yoga, Jaina point of view, where neither produces the other. Consciousness is eternal and fundamental, and nature, time, space, matter, energy is also eternal. It goes through cycles, but it still always was and will be. And they interact with each other. Both are real. Buddhists would modify that and say both are there, but they're empty of any real nature. And the Vedanta point of view is both are not real. One only is real, which is consciousness, in which appears the other, what we call time, space, matter, energy, our own bodies and minds. So this is the difference between the different points of view. The typical religious point of view is just the opposite of the typical scientific point of matter, and from there consciousness and we as conscious beings emerge. And so we've come from matter, we'll go back to matter. Nothing else exists. So actually the possibility of a future life, of consciousness without physical matter, all those things are ruled out by materialist science. Therefore, religion becomes impossible actually. How can you have religion without something after death? If at death everything ceases, finished. Vedanta is none of these. Vedanta says the consciousness which is ever experienced, in that alone, what you call the other, time, space, matter, energy, bodies and minds, they're all experienced in consciousness. They arise in consciousness, they're experienced in consciousness, and they subside back into consciousness. You cannot really speak of something being produced from consciousness. Consciousness can only experience, illuminate. It does not produce a separate thing from itself. Which side would you come down on? I would come down, surprise, surprise, on the Vedanta side. Why? If you say why, give me a neutral answer why. Not because it's your tradition, not because people like Ramakrishna or Vivekananda vouch for it. Give me a universal answer, something that everybody can relate to. I say, see, our entire experience of life begins with consciousness, is in consciousness, and ends with consciousness. All the objects that we experience in life, they are in our experience. You don't start with an object, you start with an experience. What I mean by that is, look at this microphone. If I ask you, what is it? The first response would be, it's a microphone. But is that true? Isn't it more true to say it's a microphone in your experience? You are seeing it now, right? It's not just a microphone by itself. You are there and you are seeing it. In your vision, you see a microphone. That's a truer account of your experience, is it not? In our life, in everything that you do, in science, in religion, in art, in theism, atheism, Vedanta, whatever you do, you all do it in conscious, in awareness. What right do you have to speak of something apart, entirely apart from your aware. There's never been such a thing. One principle, I'll tell you in Hindi, then I'll give a rough translation in English. One Vedanta teacher told us, अनुभव से शुरू करो, जड़ से शुरू करोगे तो जड़ ही मिलेगा. If you start with the insentient, with an object, you will get an object. If you start with an objective explanation of this, you will get an objective explanation of this. This is made of atoms and particles, and it has been put together in a factory, and here is the object. Notice how cleverly you're leaving consciousness out of the whole thing, though the whole thing is being experienced in consciousness. What Vedanta says is, stick to the truth. Don't stick to half-truths. Now, I'll have to be bold about this. When you say I'm taking an objective view of this, what do you mean by that? I'm leaving my consciousness apart out of it. That's half a lie. You have not given a true account of your experience. Your experience must always include consciousness. Is it not true? Whatever you do, science, religion, politics, business, enjoy, suffer, live, die, all of it is experienced in consciousness. Is it not true? Dwell on this simple fact. Advaita starts from there. It gives primacy to consciousness, not to the object. To put it even more simply, science or materialism reduces everything, including consciousness, to the object, to the thing. And Advaita does the opposite. It reduces everything, all objects, the material universe, to which you are.